Hey guys, welcome back. Today I want to talk to you about the idea that gang stalking is a drug treatment. I want to talk to you about how people that are close to you are made and convinced to participate in gang stalking and how gang stalking changes forms, it changes shape. So, first, everywhere on the internet, whoever is familiar with gang stalking, people who tell you about it, you get the message quite often that gang stalking is a drug treatment, that it is a thing that happens so that you stop using drugs or that you so that you get help. However, when I stop using drugs, I still get gang stalked, but it is not in the obvious way that everyone participates. The number of participating gang stalkers is significantly less. But, oh, and it is less obvious, it is more indirect. So, when you're using drugs, gang stalking is indirect is more direct in the aspect that there are a lot more participants, like practically everyone around you. Additionally, they do it in public, like they start doing the gang stalking signal, and you get a lot more participants. When you stop using drugs, oh wait, and you still get the car swaying, you get gang stalking at full blast. When you stop using drugs, the number of participants is a lot less. It's incredibly less. Like when I was using drugs, literally every single customer after customer after customer, for the whole 8 hours, was a gang stalker. Literally, like literally, hundreds of people every day trying to trick you, trying to mess with you in whatever shape or form they could possibly get away with. That is hum, not imperceptible, because everyone around at my work knows that I'm getting gang stalked. So, and they all do little tricks, like asking me for a 454 Chevy engine or whatever, and then like it's like an engine that is like a Ford engine, some shit like that. Asking you for a radiator for a 74 Volkswagen Beetle, and those are air cooled, they don't have radiators. Or things like that. Um, Now, everyone around you is going to be participating in when you're using drugs, and no one is going to say anything. And if you say something, you're crazy. It's super simple. So, when you're not using drugs, however, the car swaying still happens, but it's less. The gang stalking signs that people do around you are significantly less. The number of encounters that you have with gang stalkers are significantly less. Why could this be? This is why. Because for everyone to participate, it has to feel justified. What is the justification? The target is a drug addict, and we want him to get help and to start using drugs for whatever reason. So they feel a sense of justice. They're participating in making the community better, supposedly. Now, that's a facade, because even though everyone is not participating anymore, the gang stalking, they're still participants, and they're still working towards your demise, but in a more underhanded way, such as grabbing their dick in front of me. It's something that can be seen like a male adjusting their nutsack, right? but it happens incredibly often, you know, incredibly often. Additionally, if you log on Grinder, Grinder should be like a space where you can pretty much, be a pervert, well, as long as it doesn't hurt anyone, or as horny as you want. That's why it exists, so people can't get laid and be slutty or whatever. So, but when I get on there, I am bombarded by by uh, by pictures by emojis of the party emoji, the little emoji that is blowing clouds, actual people asking me if I party, dick pictures. Like, I get bombarded with these, which is, it's still gang stalking, but it changes in form because it wants to push me towards using more drugs so that my gang stalking can get worse. Gang stalking doesn't stop when you stop using drugs. It just changes form in a way that it is a lot less obvious to everyone, or at least to everyone that was told that it's a drug treatment for you. Yeah. So that's why most people who I'm sure have participated in gang stalking, who comment online, oh, it's a drug treatment, it's because that's what they were probably told by an actual gang stalker, or they were probably told by someone who knows that the gang stalking is going to continue, or by someone who is sure that the gang stalking is a drug treatment for the target. It's either or. And that's the thing, is that people are deceived. Everyone is deceived. It's like a tier of knowledge where there's like the gang stalkers who truly are seeking the target's destruction for whatever reason. Then there is the participants, the pawn gang stalkers, who are told the story that it's a drug treatment. It only happens when you're using drugs. That way, that person stops and gets help or whatever. And what's gonna happen when the target stops using drugs? It's because of the gang stalking. What's gonna happen when the person starts using drugs? They're not gonna say it's because of the gang stalking. They're gonna say because he's a drug addict. They're not gonna say, oh, because people are indirectly manipulating that person into using drugs. No, man. Gang stalking doesn't stop. It changes form. It's not a drug treatment. It's a treatment to make people lose everything. It's literally made to destroy people. That's its whole purpose. It's not to put anyone in their place. It's not to get back at someone because of something. It is just because someone just was. I'm pretty sure it's because of envy. Because people who are getting gang stalked are typically really smart. And the thing is that gang stalkers are like really stupid at everything else except at manipulating people. But I think that they just don't see that manipulating people in itself is something that is kind of an art form, like they have absolutely nothing to be jealous of, because manipulating people, it can be fun. Not fun for the person who's being manipulated, but I mean, it can be ethically used. I mean, why don't you manipulate someone into not using any drugs? Or to better themselves, and manipulate each other for that. Why are you gonna manipulate someone into being destroyed? Like, those skills can be used for so much better. But I mean, it is what it is. There are people that are just literally psychopaths. They can literally be using manipulation to make people amazing. Why don't they get together to, to help each other or something? Instead of just ruining people's potential. Anyways, that's what I wanted to tell you today. That gang stalking doesn't stop once you stop using drugs. It just changes form. But that's what most people are. That's how most people are made to participate, by lying to them and telling them that, yeah, that gang stalking is a treatment to help people stop using drugs or to push them to get help. But it's not. It's a lie. That's all I have to tell you for today. Thank you for watching. Bye.